going on, everyone? Doug's Custom Lures here. Today we're going to talk about some the 3.8 inch Rippin Shad, some ways to use them, how to rig them, and all that kind of fun stuff. So let's get to it. Here we have it in a June bug color, 3.8 inches. It's a great bait. You got a lot of action with the kicking tail, and it also has a great secondary action. It rolls a little bit side to side like that coming through the water. So it's a really good design. Get a lot of good action for it. And I'm going to show you here. First way I rig them, a lot of times, just on your standard old ball head jig. This is for a shaky head, so it's got a longer hook, which I like. It gets back into the bait farther, but just a round head. Very simple. Right in the middle, and you can see the line where it's molded together. That's right dead in the center, and you really want to make sure that these are centered up when you rig them. You want them to be as straight as possible. Right out the top, push it up. Great for open water, maybe if you don't have a lot of weeds, fish and rock, things like that. That ball head is a fantastic way to fish it. So that's the first way I fish it. Now if I'm fishing where there's a lot of weeds or a lot of snags, I will use this is the swimbait hook that I make. It's available on the website as well. It's got the little corkscrew keeper. This, I believe, is the 3/16 ounce maybe. Typically I like to use the 1/8, but I just had this one handy, so this is what I'm using. And that is the 3/0 hook. That's the perfect size for these baits. And to rig these up, very simple. Right in the snout, you want to get right in the middle with your corkscrew. And I gotta look close because I'm old. Just twist it on, get it going, get it as straight as you can. It's not going to be perfect, but neither is life, so you go on. All right, right up. If you can get it to his numbers where it's right as close to that hook eye as possible, that's where you want it. All right, then you're going to look, you're going to see that hook is going to come through that bait right there, because you're going to Texas rig this to keep it weedless. So pay attention on the bottom, and again, just squeeze that thing up right on that line in the middle. Come out right on that line on the top, and you're going to come through, and you can see that point is hidden right in that plastic. You can always do the Tex pose where you pull the plastic up a little bit, pull it over the top of that bait, nice and flat. You can pull that through them weeds. It's not going to hang up all the time. You're going to get bit. So that's the second way. That's probably how I fish it the second most. If I'm over the weeds, this is number one. If it's open water, I do the jig head more often, but that right there is a fish catching machine. The last way I like to fish it is on one of our swim jigs. If you're trying to cover water, you want a little more bulk with your swim bait, swim jig is the way to go. Just like the other one, you're gonna pull that weed guard kind of out of the way, right down the middle. Rig it, come out right on that line. Boom, just like that. Now that one got a little goofed. That's all right though, that'll still catch them. This is the 3/16 ounce swim jig with that swim bait trailer. One of my favorite fall baits. In the year round, this will work though. I mean, it really is a great bait. Now, what kind of rod will you throw it on? I like to throw it on bait casters, mostly about a 7 foot, maybe 7 foot 1 inch rod. You want a rod with a lot of bow, because when you're throwing that, you're gonna reel that in as slow as you can. The fish will hit it, and you want them to load up that rod before you set the hook. It's not a jig, it's not anything like that where you have to do the old, I'm on TV, I'm gonna cross their eyes with this hook set. It's not what you want. You want that fish to eat that bait down tight in his mouth, and then give him a good hook set just to get it through. The swim jig and the round head jig, those ones you barely even have to set the hook. I mean, it's open hook. You don't really have to give them a whole lot of hook set to get it in his mouth. Now the swim bait hook, the weighted hook with this, you have to hit them a little harder because you got to pull all that plastic and that hook through that plastic to get a good bite on them. So this one, you do want to give them a little harder hook set once you feel them on there. The other ones, you really don't. Floral line, braid, whatever you want to use, whatever you're comfortable with, it will work. You don't have to overthink it. Just go out, have some fun, catch some hogs. We'll talk to you the next time.